Brenner Mills, Minnesota Vikings. Just want to win one before I die.
Dalton's on record, Dallas Cowboys. Just trying to earn a little respect.
Lane Cooter, the conductor of the Baker train.
Dun 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 dun. Welcome into the Dan Marino Bowl, and if you don't know what that is the bracket to decide who is the best quarterback to never win a Super Bowl. Now, we had this idea on the channel, and we were like, let's make a bracket of all. Spoon had the idea. Said,
Thanks, man.
Let's make a bracket to decide who the best quarterback to never win a Super Bowl is. And we started making this bracket, and we all kind of thought like Dan Marino's going to win this. Like there's nobody else who's going to win this.
Yeah,
that was your idea.
Let's make it the Dan Marino Bowl. Let's make it a homage to Dan Marino. Obviously, he's the best quarterback to never win one. Let's find out who the second best quarterback to never win one is, because that's a bit more of a conversation, in my opinion. That's a little bit more. So.
There's a lot of guys on this list that are really good, so I'm curious where y'all's heads are.
We got, grab a drink. It's gonna be a little bit. We have 16 quarterbacks here that we're gonna decide if they should be the second best quarterback to win a Super Bowl and the first ever winner of the official Dan Marino Bowl. So without further ado, like the channel or subscribe to the channel, like the video. Don't like the channel, like the video, and let's get underway with this. I'm gonna pull the bracket up right now. Alrighty, going in. There it is. All right, so these aren't seeded. This bracket is not seeded. We have Dante Culpepper, Warren Moon, Andrew Luck, Trent Green, Matt Shaw, Matt Hasselbeck, the Matt Bowl, Jim Kelly, Donovan McNabb, Michael Vick, Cam Newton, Matt Ryan, Tony Romo.
Okay, let me just say, putting Mike Vick against Cam Newton, that's kind of racist.
I
was like the mobile quarterback duo.
It is. I like it.
I think they need to be on like opposite. Dude.
I want to decide who the best mobile quarterback ever is on the channel.
Phillip
Rivers, Carson Palmer, Rich Gannon, and Fran Tarkenton. So we're gonna start left side, work our way down. Right side, work our way down. Making Cam Newton and Mike Vick last on the list for Dalton, so he doesn't have to worry about it for a little bit. So let's get right into things. Okay, so I'm going to be pulling up stats while we do this. We're going to be looking at it. So Dante Culpepper versus Warren Moon. What are your initial thoughts? Let's start with everybody's initial thoughts. And we're voting 2 out of 3. It's best 2 out of 3 on this.
Well, my initial thoughts are that Warren Moon played longer. And obviously, he had more chances to throw up stats, so he has much more stats. People argue that he is already the second or third best quarterback to never win one. And I don't really hear Dante Culpepper in that argument at all.
I mean, my best argument in this scenario is that 1998 or 1996 or no, 93? 94? I can't remember. Warren Moon came out of retirement to play for the Vikings. He didn't get Randy Moss, but Dante did. He had Chris Carter. I mean,
I'm taking Warren Moon, man. Just looking at like he's got the longevity, he's got the consistency. Other than like those last 2 years in KC, which I mean, he was he's probably
QB3.
Yeah, like he was probably QB3, you know what I mean? But he's got 4,000 yard seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So in their playing career, Culpepper averaged about 4,200 yards, 29 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. Moon averaged 4,000 yards, 24 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. So less yards, less touchdowns.
Yeah, he also played 10 times as long.
That's like I said, in their playing career.
I'm also looking at quarterback record too. Only one of them has a winning quarterback record, and that is Warren Moon.
He's winning by 2 games. This is not some massive thing.
It's not by 2 games.
Yeah, it is. He's 102 and 100.
He is 102 over 101, but that's a lot better than 41 and 59. A lot better than 41.
Because if they would have played the same amount of games, then
all right, I'll give it to Warren. If you guys are voting for Warren, so
I'm going Warren Moon.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna put Moon. I'm not gonna type out the whole name. All right, Andrew Luck versus Trent Green. Now this is another one. What are your initial impressions?
Just based off of what I know, I mean, I'm looking at Andrew Luck. I don't really know Trent Green that much. But
So Green played from 97 to 2008. He didn't play in 99 at all. He didn't really play in 97 at all. Let's see. As a starter for the majority of his career, I mean, Luck started his entire career. So Trent Green had some up and down years. It's not wanting to load up for me. Spoon, is it loading up for you?
What are you wanting to know?
Oh, there it went. There it went. Just loaded up for me. So per 17 games, Trent Green averaged 42, 29, 25, and 15. Luck averaged 4,600, 34, and 16. I'm taking Andrew Luck.
It's tough.
I'm voting
Because
Andrew Luck.
I
put my
could
vote in.
see the argument made for Trent Green here. I mean, they have the same amount of 4,000-yard passing seasons, both with
Yeah.
3. I think the TD to intercept. Well, no, because even one of Andrew Luck's seasons, he threw for 15 touchdowns and 12 interceptions.
yeah,
Yeah,
but that was
but-
also he was injured that year.
Spoon, cast your vote.
I'm gonna lean towards Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was one of my dark horses in this.
Sweet
bracket, so-
Okay, so Andrew Luck's getting the win here. Go ahead and type that in here. All right, so Luck gets the win. So we're gonna do that. I feel like I should do something with these. Like, should I make them like normal after they lose? Turn them back to normal so we know who wins. We can see who wins. I don't know. All right. Coming up next, we got Matt Schaub and Matt Hasselbeck, the Matt Bowl. So, the Matt Bowl, bro. You're not hyped for the Matt Bowl? Like, what the heck? All right, so per 17, Matt Schaub averaged not exaggerating, from 07 to 2012, so like his prime of his career, he averaged 4,444 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions. That's wild. And Matt Hasselbeck averaged 3,600 yards, 21 touchdowns, 16 interceptions for the prime of his career. That was 2001 to 2011. A little bit longer for Hasselbeck.
He never once broke 4,000 yards, so I am not gonna be voting for Hasselbeck.
You're taking Schaub over for the higher ceiling.
Yeah.
Spoon.
So they both have winning quarterback records. I just want to throw that out there.
Okay.
Oh man.
Matt Hasselbeck was 60%. Schaub was 65%. But Schaub was also way more up and down throughout his career. He didn't start the first 3 years he was in the NFL. He was hurt a couple of times early. He was hurt in the middle. He was almost a non-participant for the last 7 years of his career. He was a glorified clipboard holder.
I got to look at something real quick. 10, 11.
I mean, Matt Hasselbeck made more Pro Bowls. Let's see. Hasselbeck. Matt Schaub had a career, or in this, so for his career, he had a 79 AV. Matt Schaub had a 79. Hasselbeck had a 110. I'm voting Matt Hasselbeck.
I was about to say, you're going Matt Hasselbeck.
I'm going Matt Hasselbeck.
I mean, I'm leaning towards Matt Hasselbeck.
Spoon, you got to submit your vote officially. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm going with Hasselbeck.
Let's go.
Hold up.
I think if Matt Schaub would have not just had a complete, man, I feel like he needed to go a little longer. I needed to see a little more from him.
He needed to play a little longer.
Yeah.
All right, so next up, Jim Kelly, Donovan McNabb. Any thoughts? And that's
probably
supposed to be-
McNabb, honestly, just if I'm.
No, damn it.
So
Hold on, I got to look at their stats compared.
yeah,
Oh, this is tough, bro.
I'm taking out his rookie. I'm taking out McNabb's rookie season. Kelly pretty much started the entire time. Oh God, this is tough.
This is actually a good one.
McNabb's averaged over per 17 games, 4,028 yards, 25 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Kelly, 3,700 yards, 25 touchdowns, 19 interceptions. So
I'm going to be honest. There's two things I'm looking at. Well, I'm looking at completion percentage, and they're a lot closer than I thought they would be. I thought Jim Kelly would win that, and actually Donovan McNabb puts up a very good fight.
yeah,
The other one is interceptions.
Yes.
Interceptions
60?
is the big one.
What is it, like 60 something?
so
Donovan
interceptions for
McNabb
career.
did not throw a lot of interceptions during the prime of his career, and that is excellent.
Yeah, I am jumping the gun here, man. I'm saying Donovan McNabb. I'm going McNabb.
People are not going to like this at all because Jim Kelly competed.
Okay, well
for
here's
so
the
many-
deal.
Kelly was throwing 15 to 20 interceptions a season. I'm going McNabb.
Yeah,
I'm going McNabb as well.
he also, it looks like, if I'm not wrong,
Wow.
it looks like Jim Kelly was the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills whenever they went 0-4 and back-to-back Super Bowls.
Yeah, he was.
Yep. Nope. I'm with it. I'm with it. All right, so we're on to the other side of the bracket for a moment. We have Fran Tarkenton versus Rich Gannon. You already know which way I'm going. Fran the man retired as the all-time leading passer in NFL history, most touchdowns in NFL history when he retired. I'm going Fran the man. I don't even need to look at the stats.
I'm looking at the stats.
You can look at the stats all you want.
Someone's got to look at the stats.
You can look at the stats almost all you want.
Both have very good
He doesn't even
quarterback
have an
records.
ESPN. ESPN doesn't even have him.
So Fran is another guy who didn't ever pass for 4,000 yards, but he played in
He
the
was very
60s and
consistent.
70s when passing for 4,000 yards wasn't even a thing. And he had almost 3,500 yards in his final season even. Like, throwing for 3,000 yards back then was a lot. He has an MVP. Rich Gannon has an MVP. Fran played 18 almost full seasons. In 18 seasons, he missed more than one game once. Or no, more than two games once. In 18 years, he missed more than two games one time.
It's funny you're saying this. It's funny you're saying that because what I'm going to base my thing on, or my pick, is that, yeah, Fran Tarkenton only threw for over 3,000 yards twice. Sorry.
Yeah.
Let me replay it. Twice in 18 years, and Rich Gannon completely beats that. It's going to be the fact that he was more reliable, I think, because Rich Gannon missed, whenever he turned 28, he missed that season, the next season, the following season he played 2 games.
Until he was 33. From 28 to 33, he didn't play a
33.
full season.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. For the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It took him 13 years to play a full season. 13 years.
Yep. And that's kind of what does it for me. I am going to trust.
Well, there were 15 games in 91.
But he only started 11 games.
In 91? We're talking about...
Yeah, it says
Rich
games
Gannon?
played and games started on offense or defense. So he came in as like a backup to take a knee or something.
So
Unless he wasn't a starter.
I will say one
I'm looking
thing
at Rich Gannon playing for the Vikings, 15 games in 1991.
One thing that is really going to hurt.
He played in 15 games. He only started 11 games.
One thing that is really, really going to hurt Fran Tarkenton for me moving forward. He wins this one, but his touchdown to interception ratio is terrible.
Yeah. No.
Awful.
I mean, to be fair to him, he played in the 60s and 70s.
But I'm just saying, I think Fran wins this.
Yep.
He wins it. But I'm just saying, you were talking about like him being possibly him and Warren Moon possibly being the number 2 guy behind Dan. Like a lot of people argue that, and I don't think
my thing with Fran is he literally retired as he was the best passer pre-1980. He was the best passer of all time pre-1980.
Yeah, I'm not. You're right. He was 100%.
That's all I was saying. All right, Carson Palmer and Phillip Rivers. I'm going Rivers here.
I don't think this is really. I'm going to pull up the stats just to look at them, but I mean, I think I know where I'm going with this one. Let me just double check.
Yep. I think I know where I'm going to.
But this is one of my dark horses to possibly win it all.
Oh, there's
Just-
only one L in his name. I messed that up. I thought there was two L's in Philip Rivers.
I mean, yeah, dude. You're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 4,000-yard seasons, and he only played 17. So well over half of his seasons he threw for at least 4,000 yards. It's just I don't think this is much of a comparison.
I mean,
in my
almost
opinion.
half his seasons Carson Palmer threw for 4,000
1,
yards.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah, he had
5,
6.
6 and 14. Yeah, but that's still under.
He had
that's
6,
per-
and you could
per
argue he could have had
17
a couple
games.
more.
Per 17, Rivers 44-20, 29 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Carson Palmer 43-20, 27 and 17. So 100 less yards, 2 less touchdowns, 2 more interceptions for Palmer. I'm gonna go Rivers.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm going Rivers here.
same sweep.
Is that the first sweep we've had?
No, Andrew
No.
Luck was a sweep.
Andrew Luck.
Yeah,
was a
Andrew
sweep.
Luck was a
Good point,
sweep.
good point. All right, Tony Romo or Matt Ryan? Here's
Tony
a
Romo.
guy. I feel like Romo might make it a little farther than he should in this.
Are you sure about that? Really?
I mean, yes.
I mean, Matt Ryan's another
They
dark
got his
horse of
last
mine.
year.
Matt Ryan
They
averaged
got Tony
45.
Romo's last year, and his last 2 years because he was injured.
Yeah. Per 17 games for his career, Tony Romo averaged 37-25, less than 4,000 yards, 27 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Per 17 games in Matt Ryan's career, he averaged 45-62, 28 and 13. Matt Ryan is the clear winner there.
Yeah. I think
And he won
that's
MVP
Hate
and
that.
offensive rookie of the year.
Why couldn't you put Tony Romo against fucking Fran Tarkenton? You got to put him up against Matt Ryan.
I would still take
It's
Fran
funny.
over Tony Romo.
Oh my gosh,
So
dude!
you're-
Stop.
we're what I'm looking at whenever I'm doing this bracket
Fran
too, is I'm
Tarkenton
looking
loses
at
second round.
I'm looking at what is more
Probably
than likely
he
to
does, 'cause he goes
happen
against
whenever these two
Philip
quarterbacks are starting. So the fact that, like, for instance, we pulled up that Philip Rivers had over half of his seasons he threw for 4,000 yards. That means if we threw him, more than likely, if we would have thrown him on a starting quarterback on a random team for us to root for to win a Super Bowl, he's more than likely throwing for 4,000 yards at least for us. And that's the same thing with Matt Ryan.
I mean, this is all right. Here's probably one of the most hotly contested ones in the bracket. Cam Newton, and
I'm ready for this one.
I mean, we should try to ignore off the field stuff for this.
Yeah, I will ignore off the field.
Can we make a gentleman's?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh, you frozen?
Yeah,
he froze.
he froze.
Brendan, you
Me?
there? Yeah,
Me?
we
Okay,
got you.
yep, he's
We
back.
got
Okay. Can we make it a gentleman's agreement to pause all off the field comments on both gentlemen?
Yeah,
Sure.
because they both.
Like I
What?
said, pause off field comments for both gentlemen. Let's look at football stats only. Michael Vick, 17 game average for his career was 27-61 passing, 16 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. Now, the rushing ability of Mike Vick is something to be noted. He per 17 game average averaged 726 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Not anything crazy.
With a 2006 season is the first, I think, 4,000 yard passer, 1,000 yard rusher. 2006. Oh no, he didn't have 4,000 yards. Never mind. But one of the first quarterbacks to ever rush for 1,000 yards. Second MVP voting one year. AP second offensive player of the year. One AP comeback player of the year in 2009. Then we have Cam Newton. We have a 17 game average of 3,720 passing yards, so almost 1,000 more passing yards there. Over 1,000 more passing yards per 17 games, 22 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, and averaged. Where are his rushing stats? There they are. Nope, that's not them. There we go. Per 17 games, averaged about 100 less rushing yards with over twice as many rushing touchdowns. I gotta give this one to the former MVP Cam Newton.
Yep, that's where I'm going as well.
Yeah, that sucks because this one was tough for me and I wasn't really sure where I was going to go.
Yeah, it was tough for me. Like I had to read out through all the stats just to see.
Yeah.
I gotta give it
Newton.
to Cam. Gotta give it to Cam. Cam, I think, is the second best mobile quarterback ever. Actually, third best now. Third best.
I'm going to say Lamar being the first.
Lamar, Steve Young, Cam Newton.
Okay.
All right. But we
Let's move
excluded
on.
all current players, if that wasn't obvious. Warren Moon versus Andrew Luck. Man, this is tough.
I'm
'Cause,
pulling
like,
stats right now.
Luck walked away.
He did.
He only
walk
played
away.
6 years, but those 6 years
Yeah.
were like he was a top 5 quarterback. Like you like from the day he entered the league, you looked at this guy and went, "This dude's going to be a top 5 quarterback."
40 touchdowns in one season.
Yeah, 30. Yeah, his third season, 2014, 47, 61, 40, and 16. Per 17 games, he averaged 4,600 yards, 34 touchdowns, and 16 interceptions. 2 Moons, 4,000, 24, and 19. I gotta give it. I mean, are we docking Luck because he walked away early? He only played 6 years.
If we go, and this is just my train of thought, each quarterback's best season,
They're
pretty close. They're pretty close, yeah.
but like you got to take longevity into account.
So I'm thinking if
I don't
you
know,
took-
man.
Here, I'm gonna do this. How many seasons?
I don't think.
is that?
I mean, this is this is all a made up bracket anyway, right? You know what I mean? You don't gotta take longevity. I'm just saying, like what are we thinking? Like just one season, or you can't take longevity into it. Just the fact that we have such differing. Like you have a quarterback who's played 18 seasons and then a quarterback who played 5 seasons. You know what I mean?
But so best season involved, right? Warren Moon still had multiple 4,600 yard passing seasons so his best season was 46, 89, 33 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. And
To Andrews, 47.
47, 61, 40 touchdowns, and 16 interceptions. But Warren Moon played in a way harder passing era at that time. So, like, throwing for 4,600 yards in 91 is way more impressive, in my opinion, than throwing for 100 yards more in 2016. So, I'm going to give it to Warren Moon here.
Hold on.
I mean, we've been holding this whole time, so
Yeah, what have you been doing?
yeah, I'm giving it to Warren Moon here. I can't.
So
best.
I'm going Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck, and Spoon, you're going to be the tiebreaker.
Hell
So-
yeah! I love that because you know what I'm gonna do.
What?
So I decided to go a different route, and I've been looking at it this whole time. So
Okay.
I took all of Andrew Luck's 6 seasons, and I compared it to Warren Moon's best 6 seasons in a row, which were the seasons that he had all the 4,000 yard passing, all that, right?
Yeah.
When you include rushing stats, touchdowns, interceptions, Andrew Luck clears Warren Moon.
Does he?
He does, and I have to go with Andrew Luck.
Yes.
That's crazy to me.
It is going to be crazy, but I'm looking at
Let's go.
All right,
And
Matt
quarterback.
Hasselbeck versus Donovan McNabb. Upon first glance, I want to say McNabb too. Upon first glance. Now let's take a deeper look.
Yep, we're going to take a deeper look.
Let's take a little deeper look. So for their careers, we're gonna go back to the stats. Per 17, Hasselbeck is 2780, 17 and 12, and per 17, McNabb is 3795, 24 and 12. So out the gate, I'm taking McNabb. Like this ain't close to me. Like,
Yeah.
McNabb
I
was
think.
the reason his team was in a Super Bowl. Hasselbeck was a journeyman on a Super Bowl team.
Yep, McNabb easy.
Yep.
All right. Fran
All
versus Rivers. I got to give it to Philip Rivers here.
Yeah,
It's going
okay.
to Rivers. This
Yeah.
isn't, we're not even, I'm just giving that one to Rivers. Next one's easy for me too. It's very easy for me.
Yeah.
Man, I
Yeah.
don't know. By the Andrew Luck Warren Moon debate,
Let's dive. Let's dive. Let's dive.
We'll
into
dive,
this
yeah,
one.
we can dive
Yeah.
into it. Let me
Oof.
pull up Matt Ryan, Cam Newton.
Like if we're going off peak ability here,
I mean, I'm looking at Matt Ryan.
I mean, if we're going peak ability, so they won MVPs in back-to-back seasons, right? 2015 and 2016. Like it doesn't get more on top of each other than that.
Yeah.
Cam Newton had 3,800 passing yards, 15 touchdowns, 10 interceptions to go along with an additional 640 yards rushing and 10 touchdowns. So he had, that would be, quick math, is 4,400 yards and 45 touchdowns total to the 400 more yards Matt Ryan had. And then let's see, rushing wise, what Matt Ryan did that year, just to not leave that out. He had, Matt Ryan had about 500 more yards, but he had 8 less total touchdowns and 3 less total interceptions. The QBR, Cam Newton had a 61 QBR and a 99 passer rating. Matt Ryan had a 77 and a 117. As a passer, there's no real comparison, but as an all-around quarterback, I mean, Cam Newton took that team and went 15-1 to Matt Ryan's 11-5.
Yeah, it's tough because if I mean, looking at the passing comparison, it's a no-brainer. It's Matt Ryan, but yeah, you do have to consider the rushing stats.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no comparison in that one either. Cam Newton blows Matt Ryan out of the water.
I mean, if we're taking one season peaks, I'm taking Cam Newton.
I'll take Cam Newton.
Really, man, I thought Matt Ryan was my dark horse.
I'm taking Cam.
Going up against Cam Newton, man.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm looking at that
Damn
2016 season, throwing for almost 5,000 yards.
Yeah, no, that's.
But the touchdown. Oh wait, no, I'll take. Yeah. 38 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Like that's insane.
But Cam Newton had 45 total touchdowns and 10 interceptions.
Yeah, that's fine. If that's the way we're going, that's totally fine.
Respect it. All right, so we're clearing out Ryan, Fran, Moon, and Hasselback. All right, we're on to the final four, boys. Down to the final four.
I would not have guessed this was our final four. Just letting you guys know.
I would have guessed this.
I'm not off put by it, but I wouldn't say I'm like this is what I expected. But all right, Luck versus McNabb.
This is. I mean, if you're looking at averages, you're gonna hate who I have to say. I want to pick McNabb. I'm just saying that. I want to. I really liked Donovan McNabb, even though he was an Eagle. I thought he was a great quarterback.
I mean, I have such a hard time taking Andrew Luck over McNabb. McNabb played over double the amount of games.
Oh, I know.
With a similar peak.
I know.
Similar. I mean, he never got over. Well, he also was a rusher too.
Well, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. He if you take into account that he had, where was it here?
They both averaged 2.2 and 2.5 interceptions per game. But when you're looking at touchdowns, Andrew Luck averaged almost a whole touchdown more per game.
But McNabb took a team to a Super Bowl.
I know.
Man, I gotta submit my vote for McNabb here. I can't get Andrew Luck doesn't get to play 6 seasons, then we go, oh, he should have won a Super Bowl. Like, no, you have to play longer than that.
Yeah, but those 6 seasons were insane.
Yeah, but we're looking at the second best player to never win a Super Bowl.
I'm going Donovan McNabb on this one too.
I'm
there
going
you go.
McNabb.
That's fine. Thank you for not making me choose because I did not want to choose because I wanted to go with McNabb.
All right, Rivers versus Cam Newton. This one is hard. All right, pulling up some stats here on Cam Newton and Phillip Rivers for their careers. I mean, passing-wise, this isn't even going to be close, right?
No.
Bro, he played his last year. Man, he really just kind of went out on top.
I mean, who? Phillip Rivers?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he was still like.
Yeah, he was
in his
still.
prime.
He was still throwing for as far as like throwing for 5,000 yards or 4,000 yards go. Phillip Rivers was a stalwart. Like he
Yeah.
like, but you got to look at it this way. Like what Phillip Rivers did from 2013 to 2020 is similar to what a guy like Kirk Cousins did from 2015 to 2023. Like he's in that bracket. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
4,000 yards, 25 touchdowns. Like he's going to get it every year, but he's also thrown 18 interceptions, 13 interceptions, 21 interceptions, 10 interceptions. A 21 interception season can't be ignored. Like that's 20 interceptions in a season. That means at least 1.5 times a game you're giving the other team the ball. Every other game you're throwing 2 interceptions. Like throwing the ball 500, 600 times is insane.
Yeah, but averages show that Phillip Rivers is less likely to throw an interception compared to Cam Newton.
That's because he threw the ball so much more, though.
Yeah, because Cam
Phillip
Newton
Rivers-
never had 20 interceptions in a season. Phillip Rivers had 3 seasons where he had 20 or more.
So
Yeah,
Cam
Phillip
Newton-
Rivers
Cam Newton had a
averaged
2.7% interception percentage.
I'm
and
starting
Phillip
this
Rivers
off.
had a
I'm going
2.6.
Cam Newton. Cam Newton is my
God, don't do
first
this.
vote.
I'm going Phillip Rivers, so it's
Oh,
coming down
God.
to you. Winner.
Oh God.
Wow. Flip a coin if you have to, Brian.
I don't
guess.
know. This is so tough.
Dude,
for
it's
me.
Cam Newton. It's got to be
I-
Cam Newton.
So I mean, the thing
17
for me,
interceptions is his ceiling,
Cam Newton won an MVP. Phillip
and
Rivers
45
had
touchdowns.
Look at how
2
many games Phillip Rivers played.
Okay.
From 2006 to 2020. We're talking, what is that?
I'm looking
15
at
years?
I'm looking at their peak.
32 touchdowns, 21 interceptions. I mean, that's what I'm looking at. That's his best.
All right, I'm looking at peak seasons here.
Oh, his
34,
best is
sorry.
Because we
34 and
already
11.
decided that
34.
longevity doesn't matter with Fran. I'm gonna go best. Let's take a look at this. I just gotta look. Best QBR. Best QBR. I mean, I am struggling, guys. I am
See,
really
fumbles.
struggling.
Let's look at fumbles.
Ooh, good idea.
5, 2, 3, 2.
Cam had
2,
11,
4.
or Phillip Rivers had 11, 15 in 1 year. What'd Cam have?
So I understand the longevity thing we said with Fran Tarkenton, but at some point, like, you have to get to the point of longevity, I feel like whenever it's so close that you have to keep going down the list. Okay, well, how do we compare these guys?
I'm not changing my vote, man. Even with the amount of fumbles that Cam has, he recovered most of them.
I'm gonna look at here. I'm gonna look at one thing.
I'm looking at the fact that in 15 years, Phillip Rivers never missed a game. Never missed a game in 15 years. That is one of the most reliable quarterbacks you're going to get to play for your team to hopefully win a Super Bowl. I mean, I'm taking Phillip Rivers. I know that you're hoping to get 2011 Cam Newton whenever you're trying to win a Super Bowl, but what if you get not 20?
Yeah, what if you get 21 interception, Phillip Rivers?
Okay, what if you get 17 or 16 interception Cam Newton?
That's
and he only throws
if
for 20 touchdowns. Like, that's not good either.
All right. I know what it comes down to for me. It comes down to playoffs. The regular season. I can't look at the regular season. Phillip Rivers averaged 4,200 yards, 23 and 14 in the playoffs over a 17-game span. Okay. Cam Newton, 44, 24, and 17. So Cam Newton, more touchdowns, more turnovers, more passing yards, and you add in his rushing ability and him averaging, let's see here, over a 17-game span in the playoffs, 627 yards. That would be in the playoffs, Cam Newton was a 5,000 total yard guy. Like when he got to the postseason, he played at the pace of a guy who would have 5,000 total yards. So for that reason, I'm going Cam Newton.
Let's go.
See, but I feel like the Cam Newton argument just brings back luck. Like, why would we not choose luck?
Because Andrew Luck walked away. It's different. Like he chose to give up. That's what it is for me. He chose to walk away. Cam Newton just fluttered. Like he was still willing to play. He still tried. Cam Newton just went, or Andrew Luck just went, I don't want to get hurt anymore. I'm done. Like you're giving up your right to be in the conversation. In my opinion. All right.
He fell where he fell. He got in the top 4, man. Top 4 is pretty good.
Top 4 is pretty good. All right. Top 5 all time. That means he's top 5 all time.
Matt Ryan fell a lot later than Spoon wanted him to.
Donovan McNabb versus Cam Newton. What are we thinking, boys?
Well, I mean, I think just off the bat, I'm thinking Cam Newton.
Oh,
I mean, Spoon?
I can't do it. I can't,
dude, I
do,
can't
it.
do it.
I can't do it.
Do it.
Because I'm telling you right now, I would take Rivers over both these guys, and I could argue that I might take Matt Ryan over both these guys.
Hey, guess what,
I
idiot? Don't
can't
be a
do
sore
it.
loser. Neither of
I
those guys are in the
can't- I wouldn't
I wouldn't
conversation.
take Matt Ryan over either of these guys.
What is wrong with you?
I just.
We're
I
talking
can't
about
do
2
it.
guys. We're talking about 2 guys.
I know, but
You're
I'm
talking
looking.
about
I'm.
they lost.
You're telling me. Okay, so my thing
They
is,
lost
I'm sitting
fair and
down.
square.
I'm looking at. I'm looking at McNabb and Cam.
All right,
I'm just
Spoon,
like,
Spoon.
man,
Look at me.
Rivers should-
Look at me right now. Look at me.
goodness.
You all these
Blow them
guys
out
are
of
in a
the
draft.
water.
All of these guys are in a draft.
Yes.
You get the peak version of any of them. You are not taking peak Matt Ryan over peak Cam Newton or peak.
I said
Phillip
you
Rivers.
could argue, but I would take Rivers. Yes, but you.
I
I said
would-
you could
I would-
argue with Matt Ryan.
Insane. You're so
Prime Cam
insane.
Newton took a scrubby offense 15-1 into a Super Bowl. Like prime Cam Newton. Like that
It wasn't
one
though. Like Steve, I love Steve Smith. I thought Steve Smith was an excellent wide receiver for him.
he
also
Steve
he also had a top 4 tight end all time in Greg Olson. What are we talking about?
top 4 tight end all time.
Yeah, you could. Greg
What are
Olson
you
was
talking
great.
about?
Okay,
Yeah, he is great, but let's talk Travis Kelce, Rob Gronkowski,
Yes.
Antonio Gates,
That's okay. Maybe
um,
top 5 or 6. but
Jason
he's
Witten.
up there.
I mean,
You could put. There
I would put
Greg
I would
Olson,
put him on like a
Jason Witten.
Mark Andrews level all time. And we're getting off point. We're getting off track. Cam Newton or Donovan McNabb?
It's Cam Newton.
I don't know what it is.
If it's these 2,
So
I mean,
both
Donovan
played-
McNabb was one
well,
of my dark horses.
McNabb
too,
played
so-
about one more season. He played about one more season, and he won one more season's worth of games. Cam had a 1% better completion percentage, but Cam had 5,000 less passing yards in that one season's worth of games. So that's to be noted. Passing yards per attempt, Cam wins. Passing yards per game, McNabb wins. Passing touchdowns, McNabb wins. Interception, McNabb has less. Rating, they are almost identical. 85.6 versus 85.2. McNabb wins it. Rushing attempts, though, Cam Newton has double the amount of rushing attempts. Almost exactly. 600 to 12 over 1,100. Rushing yards, Cam Newton has 5,600 to McNabb's 3,400. So with Cam Newton's rushing and passing yards together, you get a little over McNabb's passing yardage. Then you add in the rushing yardage total, and McNabb gets it overall yardage by about 4,000 yards ish. I mean, these two are so similar. The only thing I'll say is Pro Bowls, McNabb made 6, Newton made 3, but Cam Newton has a All-Pro, an MVP, and an Offensive Player of the Year. None of the 3 of which McNabb have.
I think the best thing for me, it comes down to who could protected the ball the most, and that would be Donovan McNabb.
I'm looking at playoffs again, man. I'm looking at playoffs.
I think I got to go with McNabb. So once again, Brenner, it comes down to you.
Oh my God. You did this to me on the past 2 of them. What the?
Yep, it comes down to you.
hey, you're taking too long.
Bro, it's hard. These are hard decisions.
Yeah, it's
All
easy
right.
for me.
Let's see. Let me look at one thing. Let me look at Carolina in 2015. Let me look at the team versus Philadelphia in 2002. Or sorry, 2000. Not 2002. All right, so we
Yeah.
look at the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles in 2002. I just want the Eagles. What the heck?
Completion
I don't. This is
percentage.
like blitzing out on me. What is going on? Philadelphia Eagles. 2000. There we go. All right. So Philly did not have T.O. yet. Did they? They have T.O. at that point? No.
So who was McNabb throwing the ball to?
He finished second in MVP voting with Chad Lewis, Charles Johnson, Torrance Small, and Darnell Autry. And rushing the ball, he led the team in rushing that season versus Cam Newton's best year in Carolina. Cam Newton had, but they didn't go to the Super Bowl that year, did they? They lost in the divisional round. He lost the Super Bowl. Who is his team when he lost the Super Bowl? Brian Westbrook, really good yards. He had Terrell Owens then. So his best season versus Cam's best season. Spoon, you voted for McNabb. Dalt, you voted for Cam Newton. And I'm going to have to go with Donovan McNabb here. He did it just a little bit longer. Don O'Ben.
Damn. I would not have guessed that he would make it and win. Never.
Donovan McNabb is the first ever winner of the Dan Marino Bowl.
That's crazy. I
That
never
is
would have
crazy.
guessed that.
That
He
is
would not have
crazy.
been
I
one of my
wouldn't have
picks.
guessed it either. I wouldn't guess it either. I would say I would personally say though, we got 3 out of the top 4 right. Like after looking at it,
With Rivers, Cam, and
Rivers,
McNabb.
Cam, and McNabb, those are 3 of the best, like via longevity or via peak or however you want to metric it. Those
I would-
3.
I would probably swap Matt Ryan with Andrew Luck
That's fair. I would
and
too.
then put him at 4.
Yep.
And then I
Yep.
think that would have been the top 4.
But like I said, we didn't bracket this off.
We didn't.
We didn't number it, so this was I just put them in random places. Yeah, I would
Cool.
say we got 3 out of the top 4 right, and you could make a good argument. My thing with what it came down to for McNabb versus Newton for me was, yes, Cam Newton had a higher peak, but McNabb went to 4 straight playoffs, divisional, conference championship, Super Bowl. And why he didn't win any of those, Cam also didn't win any of those. And Cam went, playoffs, Super Bowl, and then out of the league a few years later. So, after, my thing here. After 2016, let's see, he played 2 more full seasons, and then never started a full season again after that. So played 15 games for New England, but that was a garbage season. So
Yeah,
all
I
right,
think that what was it, the 2004 Eagles that went to the Super Bowl, right?
yeah.
I think that's probably, you could argue, one of the best teams to never win a Super Bowl altogether.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
you had
Terrell Owens, Brian
Westbrook, dude, they were just stacked on
They were
offense.
stacked. They had the 2nd overall defense that year.
Yep. You could argue that is one of the best teams. So
Mhm.
I'd like to do this with running backs, receivers.
I think the next video is we do best player, just best player,
all-around player.
all
I'm cool
around,
with that.
best player to never win a Super Bowl. We just throw in receivers, or best offensive player and best defensive player.
I like
That's what
it.
best offensive skill position, best defensive player. Dalt, you're muted because your mic is up.
I like it. I like it.
All right, you guys
All
got
right.
anything you want to add?
Nope.
All right, subscribe. If you stuck around to the end, you're a champion. We appreciate you, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.